Middleweight bout against EC Moon. 3 rounds of action between these two.
I mean, pretty much it's the same thing, like sparring, training. It wasn't really too much difference. It was just being like a little bit more aware, being on point because it's smaller gloves, but it makes no difference. To me, these gloves feel like the boxing gloves, the same. Like I said, you just got to be more aware, defense tight, everything just got to be on point, right? But at the end of the day, it's a fight. You're going to get hit, so you got to prepare for that too. So pretty much just the same way I prepare for like an 8-round fight or a 12-round bout. But I know this is 3 minutes, right? Exactly.
And now making his way to the ring, EC Moon. Traditional boxer.
Tough guy here, man. Very sharp, very smart fighter. And I'm very excited to see how his clean boxing style does against such a rugged fighter. I know what I said about Trinaldo earlier, but he is a rough and tough son of a gun for sure. So EC Moon coming in here facing what we want to see out of dirty boxing. This is boxing versus an experienced MMA UFC fighter in Francisco. Oh man, I hope we see some fireworks in here.
Coming to us from Mobile, Alabama. This kid had a very, I shouldn't say had, but has a very bright future in boxing. Was big up-and-comer. Roy Jones Jr. cornered him and worked with him for a long time. It's interesting, his last fight back in October, his coach actually threw in the towel in the 3rd round. Somewhat of a competitive fight. He was covering up a lot. The coach in the towel. EC Moon didn't look too happy about that night. So maybe something brewing. He maybe take that out on Francisco Trinaldo.
The damaging shots in small 4-ounce gloves. Oh man, I hope to see it here. Brock Weaver in his corner. I think it's just boys handling business here. The fellas said, let's go to Miami. Let's have us a fight in the dirty boxing ring with the small 4-ounce gloves. We want to see the impact, baby. Let's go, EC.
Na minha caminhada na luta eu comecei a treinar kickbox, depois fui pro boxe, depois fui pro MMA. E hoje eu tenho mais de 20 anos que eu luto o MMA, né? Fiz uma grande carreira dentro do UFC.
Rough and tough. And he walking out to the Roy Jones right now, which EC Moon trains with Roy Jones up there in Pensacola area of Florida. Oh, this is about
Trinaldo. Dude, this guy's a pro, man. 26 fights in the UFC between 2012 and 2022. Wins over King Green, Jim Miller, Paul Felder. That was a doctor stoppage. Been in there with Chiesa, Kevin Lee, James Vick. It goes on and on. After his loss to Michael Chiesa, won 7 straight in the UFC. He's my age, though, bro. Born in 1978. See what he'll have for a bigger EC Moon. But certainly, Francisco Trinaldo is not worried about this moment, given his dearth of experience.
Well, as we saw on the last DBX card from Yoel Romero, age is just a number. So Francisco Trinaldo going to try and show himself to be an ageless wonder as he walks in there to take on EC Moon. You got MMA, you got boxing. You always want the debate between it. You got it right here coming up in dirty boxing.
And I think a little time off for Massaranduba. Last fight was, I believe, at the end of 2023. It was a game-bred bare-knuckle MMA fight. Beat Sasha Politnikov, who's competing later, who tapped because of injury. So I'm sure he's anxious to get back in there. Looks to be in terrific shape, as usual.
These two are getting ready to square off in the welterweight division. Francisco Trinaldo, done it all in combat sports. Now he gets to make his first entrance into the dirty boxing ring.
Dude just looks like he's been there, done that, huh, Trinaldo?
He sure has. I give it to him.
Blood, sweat, dirt, born dirty, baby. Welcome to Dirty Boxing 2. All right, fight fans, this is your feature prelim here for our Dirty Boxing DBX2 fight tonight. This is brought to you by LEC Media. Redefine your event experience. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for this fight? Are you ready out there? Because here we go! Introducing your fighters. First, in the blue corner, this fighter has a record of 11 wins, 6 losses. He stands at 6 feet tall, weighing 175 pounds, from Mobile, Alabama, presenting AC Drago Moon! Introducing his challenger, fighting out of the red corner. This fighter has a record of 28 wins, 9 losses. He stands in at 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing 171 pounds, from Brasilia, Brazil, Saúde! Presenting, introducing Francisco Asaranduba, Trinaldo! All right, gentlemen, let's get dirty!
Marcos Perez, our referee, giving him final instructions. And there you see the tail of the tape. Francisco Trinaldo, 5'9". Comes in 171 pounds with a 70-inch reach, of course, 46 years old. EC Moon, 34 years old, 6 foot tall with a 72-inch reach. Comes in a little over at 175.8 pounds. Round number 1 underway. And a body shot big time by EC Moon to start off this bout.
B, I need to worry you for TV. Just catch it at the bottom.
Big moving shot there by Francisco Trinaldo.
Exactly.
As he comes with the left hand towards EC Moon. Then he goes to the body with the left, follows it up with an elbow. And big-time elbows, one after another there for EC Moon to deal with. And he's already cut open. This ain't boxing there, EC Moon. He's getting welcomed right to it. And then another elbow to have him dropped. And this one is over quickly. Francisco Trinaldo showing this ain't boxing, this is dirty boxing.
Asaranduba.
You said it. It's not boxing. You know, he tried to clam up in that guard, and Asaranduba put them elbows down the middle. You know, he was used to that dirty fighting style from MMA. Aggressive guy, man. He had a big record on him. 29-9 or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, 37 MMA fights, but man, this dirty boxing set, he was ready for it. Those elbows, impressive.
He really blitzed him, and we saw EC Moon come out with that strong shot to the body, but then as soon as he kind of got on the back foot to kind of feel it out, Francisco Trinaldo was not letting any feel out. He was right in his kitchen right away, and he started unloaded on him, got him in that corner. And that was all she wrote. Our fastest finish tonight here in the Dirty Boxing ring. What a way to close the prelims.
Little sad for my boy EC Moon, man. I know he's a good boxer. He just wasn't ready for that rule change in dirty boxing. It's a violent sport.
We'll take a look here at the finish here from Francisco Trinaldo. But you can see there, he starts pinning him up. Gets him into the corner, goes with the left hand to the body, follows up with the elbow after elbow after elbow, Mike Perry.
Once you feel that pain and that sliced open, you know, you're already bleeding. You might as well try to hit him back. Sometimes that's something that's not taught. It's born with or learned. I mean, EC's a great competitor, but Trinaldo was the much better competitor here tonight in the dirty boxing ring. Good for him. He got the win over an experienced boxer.
Really, really impressive performance by Francisco Trinaldo, and EC Moon upset with himself, but I think credit to him stepping into a new sport. Got the first shot, but he didn't get the last.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee has called this fight to a stoppage via TKO with just 33 minutes into the first round. And your winner, fighting out of the red corner, Francisco Trinaldo!
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with Masaranduba, Francisco Trinaldo. Congratulations, brother. Quick work. New rule set. How you feeling?
Parabéns, Massaranduba. Novas regras, como você está sentindo?
Eu estou muito feliz de estar aqui dentro, entendeu? Os meus professores sabem que a idade não conta, entendeu? Pode perguntar a eles aí o tanto que eu treino e bato dos moleques. Esse daqui só foi mais um desavisado. Pode escolher o próximo aí.
I'm very glad to be here fighting for you guys. You can ask for all my coaches. I train so hard for do this. Age is just a number. I'm here to prove that I'm ready to fight anyone in this division.
So EC Moon was the only boxer on the card, came in overweight. You have just such a wealth of experience, but it looked like you'd been in here before. How much did you enjoy competing in this way? Those elbows cut him early and it was over.
Você, como se sentiu lutando com esse peso e nessas novas regras? O que você pode esperar para você no futuro?
Eu espero lutar com o melhor, entendeu? Tem muito neguinho aqui, o ex-FC, que fica contando lorota, entendeu? Mas na hora de lutar, não quer lutar com um lutador de verdade, entendeu? Então eu quero pegar esses ex-FC que fica conversando demais. Só quero lutar com galinha morta.
I'd like to fight with the best. I saw many former UFC fighters talk a lot of shit, so I would like to fight with the former UFC fighters to prove that I'm the best former UFC guys here, and I can fight against anyone in my division.
Well, you're a legend of the sport. It's a pleasure to have you here at DBX. I hope to have you back again. Ladies and gentlemen, Francisco Trinaldo.
What a performance by Francisco Trinaldo. First round TKO.
Congratulations. Congrats to Trinaldo. He did a great job. EC Moon is a tough competitor. He is a slick boxer, but EC just showed, you know, all these years and all this experience in mixed martial arts, such a brutal style of fighting. You know, that's where I come from as well. Trinaldo has talked shit to me online before, which is why I was a little excited to maybe see him get hit. But here's another look at the fight. You know, Trinaldo landed a couple elbows up the middle, and EC just was not used to it. He did not like that damage, so he took the knee, and Trinaldo was too powerful for him.